Welcome to another video on the AlgoTrader Martin channel. Last time I showed you how GPT chat can create a profitable trading strategy in 10 minutes, and I promised to prepare something special for next time. And so I'm coming up with another unique tutorial. This time we'll look at how to build robust strategies in StrategyQuant X without classic robustness tests. What's more, we'll use Bollinger Bands to do it. I'll show you how to approach strategy construction so that it has a solid foundation and can stand up to real trading. So let's do it. Before we switch to StrategyQuant X, let's take a look at the basic idea of strategy in MetaTrader 4. It uses Bollinger Bands, those are the blue lines. And the condition is that the close has to be below the lower Bollinger Band, which is this area or this area. Then the strategy enters the trade. Now we're in StrategyQuant X. Let's go to the construction module. In the build module, we'll set up everything for generating strategies. So we go to the detailed settings tab. We're going to build simple strategies, so the strategy type is simple strategy. You can see the additional conflict to generate here. We're only going to build on the long side. The strategy type is SQX signals, random generation. The conditions for generation will be 1 to 3. The conditions for exit, if there are any, will be 1 to 2. The indicator period is 15 to 200. Maximum look back 3. Exit type 5. Data. We will build in the MetaTrader 4 engine for S&P 500 CFD data Dukashkopy. The initial day will be the initial data that is historically available. This means from January 19, 2012 to December 31, 2016. So roughly almost a 5-year period. The time frame will be D1. The testing method will be selected time frame, and the rest we will overwrite from the settings from Dukascope. I'm going to add a try 3 pip here. And since they are trading on an ECN account, I'll set a trade fee here of 0.01 of a lot. I'll leave the bypass settings at default. I'll just take realistic gap treatment here. And now the building blocks. I'll leave the indicators and stop limit entry blocks unchecked. And from the predefined signals, I just choose the Bollinger Bands. And only from those, the one where the candle closes below the lower Bollinger Band. I'll enter behind the market. And I've ticked all of them as an exit condition, and I want the stop loss to always be applied. Money management. Initial 1,000, 1 lot. I'll only backtest with higher precision. Rating and filtering. I'll choose 2,500 strategies here. And here you can see which conditions I have left for the strategies that should meet these conditions. And I'll start generating. Once I have generated 2,500 strategies, we'll talk about what to do next. In 1 minute 41 seconds on my computer we have generated 2,500 strategies. You can either save these for later if you need to, or we can start selecting right away. Let's click on retest. Let's apply config, and throw them into the retester module. I'm going to click backtest here with the highest precision, and I'll select the test method to minute data, and I'll move the data forward 3 years. So called out of sample test. So we've got 17, 18, 19. I'll click delete in rating and filtering. And the only thing I change is the number of trades. I want the strategy to trade at least 5 trades in this 3-year window. I'm gonna leave everything else the same, and I click start. Out of 2,500 strategies, we're down to 171. I'm going back to the detailed setup. I'm gonna switch back to 10 trades here. And I'll change the data back to the full range. And retest again. And we have 89 strategies. We have data left from 2020 to 2024. I'm not counting this year because the first quarter isn't even finished. So on the Dates tab, I'm going to move the time window up to the end of 2024, and from the beginning of 2020. So we have a 5-year window. We'll run a test to see if at all as a whole these strategies behave. And we see that the strategies as a whole, those 89 strategies, another 5 years without any robustness tests together, would have done a Sharpe ratio of 1.5%, a profit factor of 1.9%, a percentage of profitable trades of 66%, an average annual profit of 19%. And you can see that even in that year 2022 as a whole they would have ended up in profit. Only 2020 would end up in the red. So on the face of it, it looks pretty good. After we have selected 89 strategies, I switch to Quant Analyzer 4, where I load these strategies into the Simple Strategies tab. I tag all of them, switch to the Portfolio Master module, where I run a test that selects these strategies using genetic generation. Up to 5 strategies that achieve the maximum return on ratio. I set the correlation as low as possible to 0.1. Depending on the profit loss and depending on the week, I will allow negative correlation. Because there are a lot of strategies, I only allow generation for 60 minutes. So after an hour of running, we have generated 5 strategies into one portfolio. So we switch to the Quant X strategy and select those strategies and delete the others. In StrategyQuant X, we deleted the remaining strategies and kept only the 5 selected by Quant Analyzer. If we build a portfolio from these, we can see that this portfolio, without any robustness tests, would give us the following values in the next 5 years from 2020 to 2024. A Sharpe ratio of 0.78, a profit factor of 2.0, a return drawdown ratio of 1.6, a percentage of profitable trades of 67, a near 68, and an average annual profit of 13%. Let's look at the list of deals. Let's look at the longest trade, that would take 35 days. Just for the record, the equity curve looked like this. So here you can see how, without robustness tests, if you have a very robust idea, you can stay out of robustness tests and you can trade. You can do the same procedure for the remaining equity indices, the Dow Jones Index and the Nasdaq. And that's all for today. We have shown how to create a robust strategy in StrategyQuant X without robustness tests using Bollinger Bands. I hope this video gave you a new perspective on strategy building and that you take away useful tips for your own trading. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment and of course subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more useful videos. Thanks for your time and see you next time.